Hi, this is Anthony. In the last couple episodes, I've been looking at Chinese financial stocks, a couple that I've owned, one that I just found out about doing more research. This is one I bought about a week ago. I keep most of my money in my Roth IRA fully invested in stocks. But sometimes there's a little bit of cash left over, a couple dollars. Sometimes I get some payments and dividends, and so there's a little bit of money left. So about a week ago, I had maybe about $25. I bought one share of X Financial, Chinese company, and doing research on that, I found this one. I don't know how it's pronounced, Yiren Digital Ltd ADR. So that's American Depository Receipts. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. You see it's just under $6. It was up 4 cents today, or 0.67%. This is basically a penny stock. The market cap is just slightly over $500 million US, which isn't a whole lot of money. But this is sometimes where you can make a lot of money speculating. Okay, don't put all your money in this, although you could end up doubling it, but you could end up losing half of it and it moving sideways for a long period of time. But let's look at some charts. So there's 1 day, 5 days, it's pretty sideways, kind of choppy, but still pretty sideways. 1 month, it's up almost 3%. 6 months, it's down almost 13%. Year to date, though, it's up a respectable 23.5%. 1 year, or 52 weeks, it's up 5.27%. 5 years, it's up almost 100%. And max, it's down 34%. You see it came out $9.10. It eventually went up to about $50. A lot of people paid $50. Probably still holding on to it when it's $6 for a long period of time. It's basically been going sideways. You can't even see the pop-up recently in the longer chart. But it's interesting. PE ratio of 2.88 has a dividend yield of 7.35%. As I mentioned in other videos, when dividends are paid by companies outside the United States, their governments will often hold part of those proceeds. For instance, the Canadian government, I believe this is based on a number of Canadian stocks I've had, will hold like 20% tax. Okay. Now, if your money is held in a regular account, and this is not tax advice, I'm not a tax accountant or an accountant or financial advisor, just somebody on the internet making entertaining videos. But my understanding is if you owned in a regular account a foreign stock where a foreign government has withheld some tax, you can use that to reduce the taxes on your dividends that you might otherwise have to pay in federal tax or state. Okay. Talk to an accountant about that. But my point is, if it's in a Roth IRA where you don't pay taxes on it, you're not getting that tax write-off for the foreign withholding. So you are not going to get 7.35%. Because most likely that's going to be, especially if it's in a Roth, part of that may be held back by the Chinese government. I know the Canadian government does that, or maybe the Chinese don't. Anyway, still fairly big rate of return, especially if you can lock that in and then stock does well in the future. There's some financials. Many of these Chinese companies have their financials in Chinese yuan. So these are not dollars, but Chinese yuan. Obviously, check out the news that they have. Do as much research as possible. Don't buy anything just based on me telling you that I bought 2 shares of it or it looks interesting. Looks like they provide digital insurance services. Digital gains, increasing momentum with internet insurance business. So I'm just throwing that out there for you to do your own research as a small speculation on what otherwise should be a long-term, well-diversified portfolio. Be sure to check out my other videos. I do a wide range of videos, especially on stocks, but other things too. Hit like, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment. I read all the comments and eventually I get around to responding to them. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.